What up, chat? How we doing? One more day, Blink. One more day. But thank you, brother. What up, Liz, Talk, Miz, Booger, Vish, Blink? How y'all doing? What up, KG? How you doing, brother? Let me move this in case I need to go to Discord. All right, now we're chilling. Chat tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow. But thank you guys. What up, Gael? How you doing, brother? What up, Grind, Wick, Slightly Toasted? How y'all doing? What up, Jeepers? How'd you guys do today? Did you guys trade New York? Also, did anyone hold that ES for a decent part of that move? I ended up closing out not too long after stream because I just didn't want to be in it anymore. Green as fuck? Hell yeah. I mean, it's been a thesis. Just buy the pullbacks. And we talked about it a lot last night. The market is just strong. And it's crazy, dude. This trade, it was a solid trade, but it looks minuscule because we rallied all the way up to 650s. I held ES till 32. Hell yeah, Gael. You held ES, Tate? Fuck yeah. Love it. Love it. About 70 plus points in the end on NQ. Beautiful. Night Owl, if your stop loss is break even, you should be chilling. Shouldn't have to worry about it. I'm trying to figure out where I think the support is to buy. I think there's a chance we do try to hold this area. There's also a possibility we try to pull back into 600s. That's why I'm not in anything yet. Haven't taken any positions. I'm just sitting cash. Waiting to see, is this just going to be like a slow, trendy pullback? And yeah, I can see intra-session shorts. For me, it's hard to short this daily chart. It is. I'd rather wait for a pullback, wait for a potential entry, and then take that entry. But I'm definitely watching to see because the hourly did get a somewhat of a lower wick. Nothing crazy. We ended up pushing back lower in the last couple minutes there. So we'll see when opportunity arises. But I'll do a deeper dive in a little bit once we get a few more people on. Let me throw this up. Chat, today you guys need 150 likes. Pretty soon we might have to start rising that, depending on how fast you guys hit it, which is a good problem to have. Got the short on Globex open, close after that, just watching for now. Got the short. Oh, Globex open. Okay, yeah. I read that as New York open in my head. It processed it as that. And I was like, what do you mean you caught the short? Blink ES 600 pullback. I'm taking a stab most likely. I feel like it's worth it. Blink sounds good, brother. What up, 9K? What up, Victoria? What up, Zacho? Give you OP. I could see that. Personally, I would like more of a, just a little bit more of a pullback. We don't really need it. I don't love how this hourly closed. More of a bearish body. I would rather see us retest this around 600s, get an entry there, and then we look for the rip. Then I'd be in 600 looking for 650. Full honesty. I'd be looking to let runners do their thing. We might not get there. We'll see. Gold's holding up rather well. Obviously trended down throughout the day. Nice part is it gives us an opportunity, right? I didn't get in any options. I know we talked about it. Luckily, because it rallied most of the fucking overnight, didn't give us much opportunity. But if we do end up setting a 4-hour higher low into tomorrow, I'm still waiting for that gold opportunity for an options trade. Waiting for it. Think it'll show up. It's just a matter of when. Blink, I don't know. I don't think SpaceX is in any, it's not in like the S&P. So SPX 200 before you can even trade on options is, where's it at? Because I saw it made a nice rip. Oh yeah, 192s. I'm still not going to be trading this thing. I'm not. I'm going to be waiting for a broader consolidation or somewhat of a pullback on it. It can keep ripping. I'll just be on the sidelines. Nice move for anyone that's in. I know some people in chat had it at 135. Vish, tomorrow is his birthday. One more day. One more day. Actually, a couple hours, but Zacho, I feel like that's going to be different. Also, hasn't SpaceX gotten more than that in government contracts, personally? Vish, I thought you meant 150 likes, brother. I thought no, I can't make that call. I don't think that's way too, that's out of budget, my guy. Out of budget. Thanks, Victoria. 150 accounts. I don't think Jake's gonna give me a $15,000 budget for my birthday on stream. That is absurd. Hey, if AXP sponsors, I'm in. But that man has no reason to sponsor. In case we Blink, why you gotta have such a pessimistic outlook there? The whole world's back in peace, don't you know? Oil's fighting the open, which is something I am keeping an eye on. If it rejects the open, indices could start to push. We're here, right? What do we do with this? We wait. At least I do. I wait. Far out the money call for Woods, eh? Will Jay go for 5K? No, probably not. No, I don't expect him to. If he looked at me and said, hey, here's 5 accounts to give away, I'd be like, hell yeah. Yeah, Zacho, something that interests me in SpaceX as well is they technically own the AI company and Twitter. So you have to bring in the revenues for those too. Because the AI company bought Twitter and then SpaceX bought the AI company. So that's 2 other streams of revenue that they technically have. Obviously, I don't know a lot about the fundamental aspects. Sorry, I saw the word nuclear pop up on Twitter and I wanted to read it. Nothing crazy. Just more shit about Iran. So I'm going to be paying attention to the 15 here. 15's obviously more bearish than bullish at the moment, right? Slight end of day downtrend this session if you cut out all these candles. Downtrend consolidation. I could see us breaking the lows, go to test here. It's not a short I'm interested in taking. I'm more interested in waiting for a potential long. I don't want a long in a broader aggressive uptrend. And we talked about the same thesis last night, which I know some people were trying to short yesterday. Hopefully they didn't get crushed too bad, but I feel like the chart was pretty damn clear it was going up. Oh, Zacho, I think a lot of people would be a buyer under. Will you post in Discord if you end up taking the gold swing? Taylor, I will try my hardest. I should be able to, depending on the strike and time on it. Yeah. I have not been posting in Discord a lot because I haven't been trading New York, so there's not really a lot for me to post. And that's just the way it is at the moment. Like today, I took one little trade on New York. I caught a long. I either caught it here or here. It was within a consolidation. But I got enough to get what I wanted, then I just called it a day. I didn't take an aggressive trade at all. But yeah, no, if I take gold, I'll try to post it in the Discord for sure. No matter what, I'll definitely try to post analysis on it. Anyone hold gold overnight? Your stop hit at 8:45 a.m. Is that Eastern? Yeah, so it hit with this wick and then it ripped. Little pre-market volatility. Crazy thing is, if we just left our stops last night, because they were at 65. If we left that, it never even got close. I mean, it got within like 3 points, but after that, dude, it was just hold and let it rip. Wish I did, but I probably wouldn't have held and executed 2 contracts like crazy, right? Probably would have just woke up and sold them immediately. What up, David? How you doing? Gold. What do you think about GC hourly? GC hourly and 4-hour have interest. Main thing that I would be watching probably throughout the overnight for me is how we react to this 350 area, right? Because if the hourly ends up getting a push up towards 350 and rejects, you get more of that hourly lower high. One thing I don't love is that it broke this low and pushed all the way back below here. I haven't looked at the daily yet. Daily's not the most wonderful, but at the same time, it's gold. And I don't think the daily candle matters at all on gold, because this thing's bipolar as shit. I don't hate it. If this 4-hour and hourly can lower high, I like the potential of it. I do. Gold for me is just a big question of when. When is it going to get a broader move for that 10% type of rally we can talk about? Which I think GLD is already up damn near the expiration or the strike I wanted. Yeah, I think it got up to like 400, 401 today. So it was $4 away. Those contracts would have been way too expensive. So we have YM relative weakness right now. One thing I'm really hoping is that today's rally wasn't like the rally of the week. There's a lot of shit going on this week where we may go a little bit more kind of like we have been, where it's just been volatility intraday. So I'm interested to see it, but I'm probably going to be a little more reserved on like initial targets. Probably that like 1.7 to 2R-ish. You're going NQ from 72. Yeah, NQ looks great. NQ is by far the strongest index. By far. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the divergence between them. One thing that would get me interested, let's say this 15-minute spikes lower below this 15 and gets immediately bought back up, but we only have 2 minutes left, so maybe the next 15. Maybe I could get interest in that. The only problem is we have YM weaker, RTY, and ES a little bit weaker as well. ES is trying to hold us up. We'll see if it has enough juice to hold us up, but we need buyers to step in somewhere else to be able to get momentum. If we can't get buyers stepping in somewhere else, we may see a little bit of a pullback. And at some point, I would have to accept flipping to possible shorts. Hello from Finland. How you doing, brother? We have a moderator that's Finnish. Kagir, it goes to my talk yesterday of, yeah, we have a gap, but it doesn't have to fill anytime soon. And to be honest, it doesn't have to fill anytime. Obviously, at some point, ES will likely come back down to 7,500 in the future. That wouldn't shock me at all. But if we go straight from up here at 650 all the way down to 7,500, it's a little more bearish than I would like. But at that point, I would definitely have to flip shorts. I would just really like this 600 area test. And I guess I'd be open to taking shorts into it. Just don't know how clean of a move we'll get. I mean, 15 looks bearish. Hourly's YM looks bearish. What's oil doing? Oil has that. Gold 5 minutes struggling a little bit. So what would that be? About a 4-point stop. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. If we are going to get to that 600 area, be 4-point stop for 15 points. I mean, the risk to reward's fully there. I just don't love shorting when the higher time frames are so strong. But once again, we have to remember we're trading off the intraday positions and what the chart's currently telling us. Oil hourly looks like it does want to try higher at least, which should push the indices a little bit lower. Everything looks a little bit weaker. I'm watching hard to see if I want to try it. Patek, I see it shorter term at least. Just because Dream World long for me would be 600. If I want 600 to test, if we're going to go down there, why not short into it? I'll have a 3-to-1 risk to reward. And then long 600. I'm just being patient. Because 15 looks bearish, 5 looks bearish. I'm going to try it small size. Not crazy small size, but I'm in 6. If I get stopped, I'll probably get stopped quick. I threw a stop at 20.25. So a little wider stop than I talked about, but I'm cool with it. I'm willing to take the potential because the risk to reward is definitely worth it. And if we hold, we hold. It's only 2:15 a.m. here. That's not bad. It ain't even bedtime yet. You still got at least an hour. Sorry, I'll catch up on chat. Gaps I need to fill ASAP like everyone thinks, especially when you move 1,000 points away. Agreed, Blink. If we were doing this price action and the gap was like right here, I'd be like, yeah, we can easily look for that gap fill. Like if we did that, but right around this area last night, then yeah, I'd be like, you know what? If this ends up breaking lower, we can go for that gap fill. That's not crazy at all. But all the way up here, I'm not going to be dreaming of that gap. I'm going to end up, if we end up getting down towards it and it looks like a viable target based off the hourly and 4 hour, I'll change thesis. For now, though, the main plan is to look for this short down into 600s, watch how 600 reacts, and then see if we can trade off that. Gael, those UFC fights were crazy. A lot of people I know are freaking out about Cyril Gane because he did beat the hell out of Pereira's head, the back of it. In the moment, I mean, first off, it's Herb Dean. What are you going to do? But that didn't change the fight at all. He already rocked the hell out of him. The Topuria fight, I knew it could go either way. I didn't expect that. Yeah, he was going to lose anyway. Pereira was going to lose. Taylor shorted silver. Hell yeah. Dude, Daniel, like, I would say, I agree. Yes, everyone says Gaethje punches the hardest. But you can't tell me Ilya's plan wasn't just to try to knock him out as fast as possible, because that man walked straight into his jabs without moving at all and just ate him the entire fight. I think the craziest part is when he dropped him with the body shot, and then I think he hit like what, 2 more body shots the rest of the fight. He just completely ignored it. But no, that was a crazy fight. I mean, the wildest thing is no one has ever seen Topuria like that, ever. And I'm gonna be honest, as much as I love Gaethje in the UFC, he should retire off that, wholeheartedly. That is going to be the pinnacle right there. He should just call it. Daniel, it's probably just a lot of things. He had a lot of comments and stuff he had to follow up on. And Gaethje was right. Once Ilya sees it go past the second round, he's going to be defeated. And you could see it pretty much after the... I'd say after he didn't finish him in the second, he looked like he was just done. It dwindled. Plus, also, I'm sure your faith is going to dwindle pretty quick when your face looks like that. And I'm sure it fucking hurt, dude. I had to hurt like a motherfucker. I guarantee you he has 2 fractured orbitals and a nose. Gael, that whole exchange was weird. Giving him another minute in general to just rest, and then the doctor saying it's over twice, but the ref going, nah, we're going to keep fighting. Like, that is really weird. I've never seen that happen. Kagir, you talking about the Derek Lewis fight? That would be like me trying to armbar somebody. There's a chance we hold here. 15 did spike a little bit lower. NQ looks strong. I don't love that immediately. We might find that support here pretty quick. Yeah, I think we found short-term support. Could be long-term support. I'm going to leave the stop. I'm risking $135. It's not going to kill me. But I think unless this 5 minute sells off in the next 2, I think we just found our support around here with that 15-minute failure to go lower. What up, stock market baby? How you doing? Yeah, Kagir, that whole fight with Lewis was just weird. Lewis did not seem like he wanted to be there. He seemed like he wanted that paycheck and he wanted to get out as soon as humanly possible. And I don't think anybody can argue that. Ref had money on Ilya. How you been? Great, brother. More focused than you ever been. Just passed on our eval. Love to hear it. Love it. I'm gonna be honest, Chad, I don't love the current structure now. And it's mainly just because of how quickly we got buying pressure off of that. We would need to reject pretty aggressively pretty soon for me to think it's going to hold. But now we have RTY pushing back up towards the open. We're getting buying pressure across the board on the indices. Oil's still floating around the open. I don't know how impactful that'll be. I'm going to leave the stop where it is. And then worst case, I'm down $140 with contract fees. 145 maybe with a little slippage. Oh, yeah, you're saying Ilya couldn't finish him? To be fair, I mean, I don't think Ilya should have tried. He just demolished that dude's liver. He should have let him stand up and hit it again. He trained for this? I would expect the same thing looking at that fight, brother. I would expect the exact same comment in general. Yeah, I'm kind of anticipating this to be the short-term low. I just don't want to get out because if I got out early and it pushed back lower, I'd be more irritated than letting it stop go. I think the weirdest part about that fight was he had every opportunity to get up. And then the second he had the opportunity, and then I forget the other guy's name, Hoyt, something like that. would try to roll him over. Lewis looked like he was just laying, like rolling over in bed. He just fully submitted to it. All right, chat, should take a stop here in a sec. All right, got wick there. One little louse. I just wanted more of a pullback to long, but I guess that little bit's all we're probably going to get. NQ looks great with that hold. See if it gets over last month's high. I still think there's potential we get more of a pullback. I'm not looking to short that now, though. Night Owl, you can, brother. I mean, if it gets continuation, we could reject here, push back lower, or we could see the buying pressure pick up and we break the open. We're just kind of range bound this session at the moment. We're trying to see which way we can break. Our bull is going to be strong enough to push us back higher towards the open and get above it, or are we going to reject here and just sit in this range? Ain't a whole lot to do off of it. I took one little stab. I'm willing to take more wholeheartedly. I mean, you guys can see I'm not down any crazy amount at all. I'm not risking exponential amount of money. Yeah, I think there's 3 people on that card that I would love to see out of the UFC after this. I do. I think Derek Lewis, it's clear as day he's done after his last 2 fights. I think it's clear as day that he's checked out. He's just there for the bag. If I would personally love to see Gaethje retire off that. Let that be the pinnacle of his career and just call it. Because what next? He's gonna fight Arman. I mean, that's gonna be if he beats Arman, then yeah, I guess that would just add to it. But that's gonna be a fucking bloodbath in general. And then I feel like it's Chandler's time. We talked about it yesterday with Chandler. I didn't see him winning at all, any potential. And it's just, he's good. He's great. Like, the fans love him. He doesn't have the fight IQ for it. Zay destroyed. Yeah, Daniel, I wish he didn't make that promise to his mom, because then he would have been able to do it last night. You could tell he wanted to. However, we can easily continue. I don't think it was the high yet. Got to see how this 5-minute closes. This 15's aggressively strong, brother. I don't think this is just going to straight up reverse. I think we ended up holding, we found support a lot higher than I structurally thought we would. What was promised? He just promised his mom that he wouldn't make a decision on the rest of his career that night because of how emotional he gets after fights. That was it. Proud I was able to identify the chop this morning and fuck off. Old me would have lost all my accounts. Hell yeah, Jason. Love to hear that, my guy. Love to hear that. Yeah, dude. For finishing like that, I mean, he just cemented. He's already going to be in the UFC Hall of Fame. There's no doubt that he shouldn't be in there. And he just cemented it. Also, he just gave Ilya the humbling that he desperately needed. What up, Young? How you feeling, brother? Polar Bear, I will always be one to say I'll never question a UFC fighter's retirement. I won't. I think Tony was a little past his prime, but also at that point, you're just fighting CTE, especially in that division. Those two, like, middle divisions there, was it lightweight and I forget the name of the one right below. I'm drawing a blank. But dude, they're just insane people. And like, you're talking, you get this shit, you get bloodbaths in the top of the division every time. But no, I think a lot of fighters usually just get their bag and then dip. Usually the stars. I didn't expect that, Pulver. I didn't expect Gaethje to walk away without even a single bruise on his face. That shocked me. But I think the fight IQ, not the fight IQ, the fight plan from Ilya didn't make sense. But also, who the hell am I to talk about it? Good, brother. I'm glad you took a few days off and you're feeling better. Pulver, yeah. I would say yeah. I'm hoping we don't just stay stuck here. And I hope we don't now trend back down to 600. That would kind of suck. Are you in position? No, Mac, I'm not. Just waiting. Chilling out, waiting to see what happens. There's a chance we got stopped. But I'm not in love with shorts on that 15-minute close. Because I'd be trying to short this candle, and that would be a low conviction type of setup. And for me, that would be like, all right, first kind of trade. If you want to take a stab, take a stab. I already took a stab. So I'm going to be patient. No, and Polar Bear, a lot of I saw a lot of people talking about how, oh my God, I can't believe he gave up. He quit on his stool. Brother, at that point, you're talking about like significant damage if you keep fighting. If you have 2 fractured orbitals and a fractured nose and you're going to go in there against Justin Gaethje for another 5 minutes, you are quite literally risking your eyesight. So, I mean, I'm happy it ended and he didn't go another round. Ilya had a chance to like possibly come back. But dude, you're talking 5 more punches to the face and he's done. What up, Joe? Polar Bear, the only thing I would say is if you look at his face, I would almost guarantee your eyes don't swell up that bad if they were not broken, my guy. Both of his eyes were fully swelled shut. That is not going to happen if you do not have somewhat of a fracture there. Yeah, no, Ilya's going to be out for a minute. That man has a lot of healing to do. Johnny, that was in like the second round, wasn't it? I think that was at the end of the second where he said he couldn't see out of his right eye. Trying heavy shorts here. If I can stop, then I accept. I'm trying to short this strength. I can see, like, I'm tempted to do it, but I did take a loss already. That's why I'm being patient. Wholeheartedly. I would rather see another lower high to give me conviction to short versus trying to short these 2 5-minute candles with this being the 15-minute close. To me, it's not something I'm dying to get into. Even if you're a 30-minute trader, it's a strong candle. I'm personally being patient. The one reason I can see it possibly fading is just because RTY and YM are a little bit weaker. They are. So those could drag us lower. Yeah, Vander, I think the craziest thing is seeing Arman betting $1 million on Gaethje to win and making more than everyone but Pereira on that fight. Which I don't even know how that's legal because I don't think UFC fighters can bet on UFC. He made 5.7 million on Gaethje winning. Found a clean A+ setup today, but man, I had to wait for it. Tested my patience. today for sure. Took a breakout in NQ around 11 a.m. Nice, Joe. At least you waited, brother. At least you waited for it. Polar Bear, it's his division. He knows the fighters in his division. And what I'm kind of shocked about is how many well-renowned fighters fully counted Gaethje out. What I've seen is everyone who fought Gaethje said Gaethje can win this. Everyone else hyped up Ilya like crazy. Which even I said, Ilya's probably going to win. I said it yesterday on stream. It's just, in the end, brother, he just wasn't there. Suragan is a huge problem. Huge problem. I think he walks down. Bro, I'm drawing blanks today. Tom Aspinall. I think he walks down Tom Aspinall. He did, Vander, but that was 3 years ago. That's a lot of time to train. Armin Rich is now. Well, Vander, I don't know if you know how much like Armin's family has, but he probably doesn't even give a shit about that $5 million. If we're being honest, he probably doesn't care about it at all. Yeah, Daniel, I'm pretty sure that fight was 3 years ago. How is he so rich? His dad's a Russian, basically like billionaire. I don't know what he does. Well, Daniel, you got to remember, Jones didn't fight for, what, a year and a half? Something like that. But no, that's why I like Armin, because he's in it for the love of the game. He doesn't need the paycheck at all. He makes more not fighting than he does fighting. Gold's looking good for now. This short end up might have just spiked me out and might go back down to 600, which isn't going to be most favorable, but we'll see. Hey, Miller, yeah, I took one stab on shorts around here, but I ended up getting spiked out at 20.5. So I took my stab at shorts. I'm interested if we get a lower high, but I wanted to see 7,600 test on ES and long off of that. So my whole thesis was to trade down to there, take off 3/4 of the contracts. So I'd have traded 4 of 6. Left 2. If structure started to pivot and hold, I would have flipped long at 600. Pereira, yeah. Gone, I don't know. I mean, obviously he's beat him before, but Gone looked sharp last night. He looked very fucking sharp. Anyways, chat, we get 150 thumbs up or likes, same thing. On stream, we'll start running the giveaway. We're currently at 70, so y'all got some work to do. Y'all got a couple buttons to click to show some love. Let's run our normal poll, see how we're feeling. Are you standing up? Yeah. Usually for the first at least like 2 hours of stream, I stand up. I've noticed it keeps me a lot more alert and like aware. I don't know, if I'm sitting down, I start to feel lazy at times. So I'm doing a lot better trading while standing up. I truly think Jones would dog walk Pereira if he fights like he did last night. Dude, Blink, it's no joke. I literally feel lazy as hell when I sit down. I'm not as locked in, and I would rather be dialed in. But no, I think Pereira, if he fights like last night, I think Jones would dog walk him easily. Even right now, if you're not fighting for how long? I think Gane would be a good fight for him right now, but he's not going to fight again. At least that I know of. Don't sleep, don't sit, this man's machine. No, Ollie, the problem is I sit a lot of the day, which is why I love taking this opportunity to stand on my goddamn feet. Are we getting a 2-minute lower high without really getting a 5-minute? I still think this can go lower. I think the entry just might not have been the one. Let's give it this 15-minute close. If we get buying pressure into the 15, no shorts for me. If the 15 erases that candle, then it opens the opportunity for it. What up, Bugs? Bugs, do you just have that comment copy and pasted? I see you put that in all the time. Walk 6 miles a day. Brother, for me to walk 6 miles a day, I would need a treadmill under my desk. And I'm not opposed to getting one. But I probably wouldn't walk on stream. I'd probably just walk during New York time. Plus, I'm about to roll up. Hell yeah, brother. Get a dog, it helps. Thought about it. I've thought about it. Oil looks strong. The indices look weak. I don't want to see support hold again. And I already got stopped, which if I got stopped again, I'd probably, I wouldn't be irritated. But now, structurally, the way I trade, I either run a tight stop at 20, which could easily get spiked again, or I run a stop all the way up at 22.50, 23, which still isn't crazy. I mean, that's what, 5 points? I think I'd just be patient. Worst case, the trade happens and I'm not in it. You only took 3 points. Bugs, that's got to be the most detrimental thing. I mean, even my trade yesterday from stream, we caught this. Even though 20 points for me, I'm happy with it. That feels minuscule compared to what happened. I think I sold full at like 80-ish, not much farther, because we obviously slow range for a while. What up, Logan? How you doing, brother? What's oil's daily look like? More of a neutral bar within this prior daily consolidation area. I would love to see oil retest 83.5. $15's about to close a full inside bar. To me, I mean, with how NQ looks, that's why I'm not interested in any shorts at the moment. I know I've talked about it, just NQ has been strong. If the NASDAQ's leading the way, the NASDAQ's strong enough to push all the indices higher. Just bought a 25K flex this morning. Hell yeah, Logan. Those are fun to trade because you can do what I'm doing right now and just trade 6 micros on ES and just be perfectly fine. 6 to 8. I feel like that's like a sweet number for the 25K. Because you can risk 130 to 200 easily. I don't like that the hourlies are all inside bars. Doesn't give me much. YM obviously spiked the lows, but everything else is stuck within an inside bar. I think right now we are just stuck. No other way to say it. I was tempted, still kind of am, to go way out in time and buy an oil contract. I don't think there's any way around pre-conflict levels given worldwide drawdowns. Troy, I talked about it a little bit yesterday. Unless everyone ramps up oil production exponentially, we're going to be in a deficit for quite a while. Obviously, we still have a lot of reserves that we can slowly chip off while we restock. Everyone ramps up production again. If we get back to full steam production, eventually oil will just be sideways, which is what it's currently doing, right? If we do all of that and nothing else happens globally to the oil supply, there's a chance we just build more of like this kind of price action, but up here for a little bit, which is something oil desperately loves to do. Were you live yesterday during that 1,000 spike? Logan, what 1,000 spike? What you talking about? You talking about this? No, that's not 1,000. That's like 500. $15 close stronger. If we get a 15-minute 3-bar play, longs are on the table. Even below the open. But for now, we are kind of just sitting sideways. 30-minute looks fine. 15 looks fine. But we are, you look at the 5. Are we setting up a lower high or higher low? That's the big question. Because we did make a new high here, trying to set a higher low here. How this 5 closes could be pretty important. If we end up failing, it could be a lower high. I would still love 600 to test. It's just how easy is it going to be getting there if we do? And it's always a big if. If we continue to fail to get above 22s, we should in turn see a little bit of a push lower, and it's just how far are we going to go? All right, brother. That is probably the quickest block I've gotten on this channel. Congratulations. You set a new world record. No one wants to send you crypto. Working on hitting TP like Jake, no partials, watching him go red and not flinch. I think I'm not high enough. Need more melts. Brother, I mean, that's a different ballgame because I can't even do it. There are some trades I can, like YM, usually I can, but that's because we take YM trades and we go to bed. We don't execute upon YM on stream. We get in and then we just let it do what it wants to do. And usually we wake up and it's up 500 to 800 points and it's a great day. I was thinking crypto, what's your wallet? Blink, to get my wallet. I think I have one on Coinbase, but other than that, you'd have to bring back Voyager. Hell yeah, Ollie, that's my kind of crypto. Wait, I didn't get the crypto address. Send it again. He wanted support on his business. Fed meeting Wednesday is going to be volatile. Maybe, Taylor. The only problem I have with FOMC is I think it's the last 4 FOMC meetings. People have been like, oh my God, this is what we're waiting for. This is when we're going to get the massive news. And it never happened. Never. We sat sideways with a slight range every FOMC. And it's just has been what it's been. I think we can get opportunity, but you also got to remember it's a short week and it really depends on what they say. Right? I think if we start talking about cutting rates again and get a little more like hawkish over on the market, it's not going to be great because we're not in an opportunity right now where we want to cut rates unless we can get the price of oil back below like 80. We get oil back below 80, inflation will be fine. But I wouldn't be shocked if inflation still comes out a little hot. Yeah, Tay, especially in Trump's market. Trump's market is about what he says. Nothing else matters wholeheartedly. Job's too strong to cut. Yeah. Trying to set this 5-minute higher low. Obviously, the 5 failed to go higher, but that doesn't mean anything unless we get continuation. If we get continuation under 18, we might be able to see us try to break that 15 support. Voyager rug pulled me PTSD. Bugs, me and you both. What up, Moke? How you doing, brother? I'm in 5 minis. That I expect nothing less. NQ's a little bit weaker there. I would have to do a stab if I did with a stop over 22. Which isn't crazy because you're talking 4 points. I'm willing to take one more short stab. I just don't want to be stabbing a lot short in a more bullish market, which is why I'm being very patient. Because right now we're in an either way market. We have an hourly inside bar. I think Asia's kind of going to tell us the truth. Honestly, Asia's in 9 minutes. Fuck it. I'm waiting for Asia. I'm waiting for Asia. Don't care. Give me 9 minutes of price action. Hopefully we stay in this range for 9 minutes. And then post Asia, we can kind of look to see which way we're going to go. Troy, you mean the fact that how in 2022, every single thing we ever said was just transitory and nothing actually mattered? Everything in the world is transitory? YM is definitely a step down from ES. YM moves drastically slower than ES. Drastically. And the dollar per percentage return is lower as well. What time does Asia start? 8 minutes, brother. 8 minutes. 8 p.m. Eastern. So you have Asia session open 8 p.m. Eastern, Tokyo open 9 p.m. Eastern. Inflation is transitory, Powell. Yeah, Patek, and then don't forget, when the recession finally hit, we met all the parameters of the recession. They changed the terms of the recession, so it never actually happened. What up, IAG? What up, CJ? Zay, I don't know if that's a quote, but I need you to translate that for me. I know it's English, but there's a few words missing. No, Bug. 6 p.m. is Globex. It's the global market open for futures. Technically, all of this is Globex, but that's like the Globex open. Asian market opens at 8. Tokyo Drift theme song. See, Zay, for me, I need the beat with that because I just sung that beat in my head. And yes, now I get it. Now I understand. Is London 11 p.m. ET? London is 3 a.m. ET. So no, London, you got quite some time. London is at the end of Alan's stream. Yep. Of course, Bugs. Glad I didn't short. Paying attention to that 15 like we talked about, right? 15's trying to get that 3-bar playish potential, which is why I lean more up than down at the moment. I don't like the hourly inside bar. I wish we spiked somewhere outside of that to give me a little more conviction on it. Just to give me a little bit more. No, Polar Bear, that's not Asia close. Just because one market opens doesn't mean another one closes. Alan trades pre-London is what that session's called. It essentially Allen trades like the New York from 7:30 to 9:30 would be his time slot if you want to compare it. Depends if you have. Well, it depends if you have daylight savings or not. I have daylight savings, so I don't know exactly what that would be for you. AQ test in the open, it is. If it holds the open, I'm interested in longs. If we reject, then we are in some shit that's not looking the greatest. Where are you based in? Ohio. Anyways, chat, later on, we will be doing a 25K Tradeify growth account. All you got to do is like the stream. You guys get up to 150, we'll run it immediately if you want. If not, it'll be given away at the end of stream, which means you probably got to wait like 2.5, possibly 3 hours. OHIO, baby. What up, Steve? Yeah, Polar Bear. I'm glad I streamed night session. I have no interest in trading pre-FOMC. Wednesday, I will not be trading. You know, Bugs, I actually do. That's one of the traders I actually have respect for is Felony. Because he's one of the ones that I follow that I actually like see how he does. Man fucking crushes it. His growth has been crazy. What up, Aloha? How you doing, brother? No, Polar Bear. I've never even heard of. Like some people, I've at least heard of them. I've never even heard of that name. I don't know if he's a bigger influencer or something, but I've never heard of him. If he's primarily in the crypto space, I never would have heard of him because I don't pay attention to anything crypto. Unless we just casually look at Bitcoin on stream. That's the most I do with crypto, is look at the Bitcoin chart. All right, we got 2 minutes for Asia. We're rejecting. We are. What up, Acer? How you doing? Holly, that's fair. Mac, I feel like I've heard of trades by Matt. I have not heard of Daniel. Alex, the other hosts all post in the Discord except Christian. I think he has like a server that I think he just practices signals in for himself. But Christian doesn't post in the Discord. Everyone else posts their trades and ideas in it. I don't post a lot because I don't trade a lot in New York though. So as I get into trading more New York, getting into options more, when I love certain charts, I'll be posting in there more. Made 3K trading Bitcoin over the weekend on Kalashi. That's crazy. Yeah, Alex, most people's trades are in the Discord. Like Mitch does a pre-market, midday, and end of day thing in the Discord while talking through trades. And he actually posts some of his SPX stuff in there as well. I wish we were right at like 30 seconds from Asia Open because I'm interested in the long. But I'm also just going to see what this open does. Because while I'm interested in it, YM and RTY are still a little bit weaker. Well, I guess RTY is not technically weaker because it is at the open, while ES isn't. We have NQ at the open. Got to see how we react to that. Are we going to have enough bullish pressure to get us above, possibly get a bit of a trend? Or are we just going to be kind of fucked this session? Ollie, what do you mean there's a trader that used to vacuum? Vacuum what? Like his house? Or is that some strategy I have no clue about? Why you trade Asia? I like Asia session. There are times where we get like unfavorable price action out the gate, but you can get really nice moves. I like the slower price action because it gives you a lot of opportunity to get in. Like even if this breaks, unless we get extreme volatility, if we want 600 to test, let's just say this ends up being a bear flag on the 5 minute, quote unquote bear flag, then there'll likely be another entry somewhere between this move into here in which you could look for that short. In New York, if you miss an entry, you're likely cooked, at least for a little bit, for a decent chunk of the move. Asia, you're normally going to get a few potentials to get in. Yeah, Alex, my normal time to trade is going to be start of stream, so like 7 p.m. up until like 2 to 3 in the morning, depending on what the charts look like. If I do well on like this session, I'll usually be done personally trading by maybe like 11. No matter what though, if I'm at my computer at night, I leave the charts open and just continue to watch. If I see a good setup, I'll throw a little bit of risk on if I like it. But I love trading the overnight session. And then New York, I just don't trade a lot. I'm interested in trading New York after the first like hour and a half most of the time. Just because overall volume slows down. Not volume, overall volatility slows down. And there's usually a really nice potential move in between like 11 and 1 p.m. There's usually some type of setup that plays out there that I usually look for. Ollie, at least his house was always clean. Yeah, Jacob, I do. If I go to this chart, this is just the individual name. So this chart's a 4-grid between all the indices. This is where I just look for divergences and I show this on stream so we can watch all the names and kind of see what they're doing. If I'm just glued to one individual name, I go to this chart. 5, 15, hourly, 4 hour. A lot of my conviction comes from the hourly and 4 hour. Like if you heard me talking before, why wasn't I like desperately interested in longs? Because the hourly is more of an inside bar, which actually I'm going to try a short stab here. You guys can see I filled. If we hold, might have got a dog shit entry, but I think we should be fine. But I got in 17. If we hold, oh well, I'm going to get out at 23. And then out there. Threw my stop a little bit wider this time. If we hold and get back above this, then I think we get stopped. I like the failure here around the Asia Open. Spiked up. Kind of failed. Essentially, we did get above the prior 15-minute candle and spiked back lower. We didn't get an aggressive spike. If we got more of an aggressive spike, I'd be like, all right, this is going to push lower. But something to note, NQ did fail the open. So that's where I'm like, all right, maybe this is actually going to hold for the most part. I'm going to throw, let's see. I'll throw 2 more contracts on there. So my price moved a little bit. I'm willing to risk 240 on this. So we'll see. Where did that entry move to? 17. There. If we hold, likely stopped. I'm going to live with it. Will you trade SPX? Not for not SPX. SpaceX? Not for a while, brother. Not for a while at all. I mean, when you're looking at this kind of chart, that's the daily right now. I'm not interested. Give us some time for me, personally. I'm going to be waiting a little bit. Once we get more of like a daily consolidation, maybe a few months of price action, then I'll be looking to trade it. I'm just not looking to buy into the hype and buy this company at $2 trillion market cap when it just IPO'd. I'd rather wait. Yeah, Shaq, I like this trade. If I get stopped, I get stopped. It's just volatility. I like the lower high. I like NQ rejecting the open. I like everything about this because I'm not looking for an extreme target. I'm just looking to retest the 600 area, in which I'd be interested to see if we can long off of it. But we shall see. I'll look for longs on NASDAQ if we dump 500 points before the open. You want to see 3,300 before New York open? I mean, it's possible. It's just definitely going to be more aggressive. What up, AXP? How you doing, brother? You know we always feeling good. Buying pressure, just defending 17. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. Looks like it was more of a fake out candle than anything. Oh, well. That is definitely my last short, though. Not trying that again. Yeah, the main reason I'm definitely willing to take these is I want to see 600 for potential longs. If we hold above that, we hold above that. Yeah, Logan, I'm also not looking for anything astronomically crazy. The problem is we can give volatility, spike the open, and then push back lower. We're in a tight range right now. We are. Just off these candles, we're in 8 points. Compared to how the market's been, that's pretty tight. Worst case, there's a chance that if we do end up pushing back lower, my stop just gets wicked again. Do you trade ICT? No. I don't know anything about ICT. Didn't post this trade in the Discord. No, I don't post my night trades in the Discord. I personally just keep them for stream. Yeah, I don't want to be focused on trying to update a bunch of stuff in the Discord, and I know I'll forget to update if I post in there, so I just don't post in there. Of course, brother. For me, it's more so if you're on stream, you get the trade. If not, oh well. I've been long for 90 minutes. At what point is that a swing trade? 1 HP during Asia session. That's a scalp, my guy. You haven't even made it to a day trade yet. What up, Most Fab? That's got to be one of the worst things about Asia, though, is when you're in a trade for, let's say, 3 to 5 hours, and then you get stopped out. Because we've been there. I don't like oil getting weakness. 1 minute strong. Yeah, we're going to need to stop here in a minute. At least we should. We get above this candle, we should get stopped. No, trader, I'm not adding more contracts in the short, brother. This trade is, so far at this point, this trade is wrong. I would never add to that. If we built conviction, I would look to add. Time to the close and just be done for the night. 1 HP, not a bad idea, but I think right now with this push above the open, you have a lot more potential than this working out. What up, Armani? How you doing? When I tune in, it'd be sideways. Well, Kagir, so we can blame this on you. The fact that we're just stuck range bound, we can fully just blame on you being here. If so, it's good to know for the future. What up, Naturally? How you doing, brother? We are toying with that stop. Just enough to keep me involved. Yeah, 1 HP. It's just enough to keep me in this damn trade and keep you involved at the same time. Yeah, naturally you do. In Asia, you do a lot better if you just leave a wide stop. To be honest, I thought this candle, when we were getting the push lower, could have waited for this candle to close, but I was willing to take it earlier. If where this was at down here, there's no reason for it to get all the way back up here if the trade's going to work, which is why I threw my stop there. Knowing you would miss it and slam back down, Ollie, I'd be shocked because we are close. But we have done that before where we get within 1 tick of the stop and then full reverse. Actually, I'm pretty sure we've done that like 4 times. Which is why we need to just start throwing a 10-point stop on everything, no matter what the risk to reward is, and just letting it rip. There's 2 options. It either misses my stop and goes that direction, or it wicks my stop by 1 or 2 ticks and then goes that direction. There's no in between. Yeah, HP gold looked good in the New York Open yesterday. I talked about it on stream. I don't think you were here because you're on vacation. Yeah, I talked about it on stream where I thought gold had a lot of potential. I was looking even for option swings on it, but when it opens up 3.5%, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait this one out. Every time I skip it, I watch the stream back and there's good news. Well, appreciate you rewatching the streams. Show more support. Chat, by the way, y'all are roughly 30 likes away from the giveaway. And there is 211 of you beautiful people in here. You got it at 618, stopped at 622. Yeah, I have my stop at 623. I wanted to put it just above this to give it enough room if it wants to wick that, which it did wick it. So if we push low, like there's a chance we hang into this, but you would need 2 minutes of straight selling. Anything besides that, likely cooked. Because that 15 has a lower wick now. That lower wick ain't gonna be favorable. Are you short, Mallory? Yeah, I did take a short. I took it as we were starting to break on the 5-minute, got the trigger, got the little bit of a double top, I guess. But I traded off the resistance up here. I mean, we are toying with the stop loss. The reason I want to see 2 minutes worth of selling, honestly, aggressively, because if this 15-minute closes up here, I would anticipate this high to get tested. This high gets tested, we're wicked, no matter what. No matter what, even if the trade works out after, I'd be stopped. So we shall see. Looking like it's going to take it with this 2-minute close. Trust is going to fully retrace now. I'm okay with it fully retracing. My thing is now is just where the stop is, because we already got so close to it. It's one of those times where you're looking at it, you're like, you can only get so close to your stop. The reason I use wider stops is that way it can do these wicks and keep me in. But with us being this close, if we want to go test the buying pressure around this area again, or test the selling pressure up there, we're likely going to hit this. So we need to get away from that quicker. And we have 1 minute to do it. We get a weaker 5-minute close, closes the low of the 5. We may stay alive. May. But we'll see. Appreciate you, Leon. Have a good one, brother. But no, I don't fully trust it's going to retrace yet. If we get back below entry and get below like that 17 to 15 area, then I think we easily hit 600. No, Kagir, I agree. I don't think he's not going to. I mean, if you think about it, Conor in the past was fighting for money. Now he would just be fighting to fight. You know, obviously everyone knows he doesn't need shit for money with the whiskey brands he's had and sold, I think. So, I mean, we'll see. I think Holloway could easily beat him. What up, Dev? Oh, you're not done watching, just trading? Appreciate it. I just think we're stuck. I think we're range bound a little bit until we get ES and NQ above the open. Then we can easily look for longs. But I think no matter what, the problem is how close we are to the stop. So I think that's going to get eaten. Holloway's been very active. Holloway's improved a lot. A lot. $29,850. You want a 1,000-point drawdown to even be interested in a long? Damn, son. You got patience like no other. Yeah, what I would do with this trade is if, like, let's just say somehow this doesn't get wicked. Somehow. If we get down to 600, I would look to take a chunk off and then watch how we react to the area to see, am I going to hold runners or are we going to end up reversing? Yeah, Kagir, see, I'm the other way. I mean, I'll watch like the bigger boxing fights, but I'm not one to like watch boxing every time it's on. Place that limit on MGC at 43.15. Not a crazy area. Not a crazy area at all. By the way, ES 2 minute is getting a little fucking volatile here. If this is the current candles we're looking at, good luck. Good luck. Smart man, CJ. Smart man. And I would assume this next like 1 minute of price action should get me out. Hell yeah, XP. She looking for 60 points. Not a bad little gold trade. Yeah, Kagir, that's exactly how I am. All right, that spike got us. Like I said, if this is going to work, there's a chance we do get spiked out. If it's the spike, I'm likely done shorting, personally. Probably going to be a lot more patient now. Down a little bit, nothing crazy. I'm going to leave this on just to see if we did get slammed out for it to reverse. Because that would be hella unfortunate. Bugs, I'm not trading the old contracts. I rolled yesterday. When TradingView rolls, I roll. This is my whole thesis for it. So the second TradingView starts to flip contracts is when I do it as well. There's a chance that we just got wicked. Might be some sells if price can get below that open and retest that low on GC. Oh, I didn't mark the gold open. Oops. Let's go gold open. And then probably oil as well. All right. So that's going to be yesterday's open. And where's yesterday's open on gold? Down here. Yeah, I agree. Gold hourly looks a little more bearish. No, user, I'm not interested in SpaceX IPO. I want to wait a while. Wait to see where price settles, and then that's where I'll be looking to get in. Even if it settles higher, like let's say we rip to 220 and then consolidate between 220 and 200. Once we set a floor on it, I'll be interested in looking at it. But for now, I'm not interested in buying anything with it. Could be good for like shorter term trades. Should I go break even on the trade or let it go fully? Trader, I will never tell you what to do with your trades. Personally, it ain't my spot. I'm not a licensed person that's a financial advisor, so I don't give advice on what to do with trades. You should have a trade plan that you should be able to ride with. Next year, I did that in the past. I didn't do anything with it, but I went. I truly think this can short, but like my rules just tell me I can't jump back in. So it's unfortunate. Anyways, chat, you guys are below 20 more likes for me to run the giveaway. So hit the like button, show some love. While you're at it, subscribe. Pretty soon, not yet, not on this stream, but pretty soon I'm probably gonna start running giveaways in sub-only mode. Not all of them, but occasionally. Damn, Kyle, where are you going to the police academy where it's 6 figures a year? Obviously, you don't have to dox yourself. Jose, you can trade the Asia stock market. There's no problem with that. For me, I'm just going to trade the indices. Nah, slightly, I'll be here, brother. I'm not worried about a birthday. I'll be on stream. Don't you worry. Appreciate you be creative. We'll see though. I guarantee you tomorrow I'm gonna be trading smaller, like this size, where it's nothing crazy at all. I have no interest in trading aggressive size. Appreciate you, Ali. God, there's a $100,000 buffer on the entry level. What the fuck? What the hell kind of police shit you got going on there? To be fair, some parts definitely deserve 150, wholeheartedly. Slightly toasted. You hope I don't what? What up, Benzie? How you doing? Cops in Buffalo, New York make well over 100K. I mean, fuck it, dude. They deserve it. I'm not going to complain about that. Also, I mean, they make enough in taxes. No, toasted. I don't trade aggressively because it's my birthday. I don't. I usually don't trade much different. I'm just not going to be trading 1.5 minis. What's your game plan for NQ? Well, we rejected the open, so until we're back above the open, I'd be leaning bearish personally. Stream with a bottle of Henny and 5 blunts. Dude, if my brother opened the door and just saw me hotboxing the room, I don't even know what he would do. So big thing to note, did NQ spike higher? It did. So we did spike higher on the hourly open, which truly sucks because that gives even more conviction for this to work. But we got stopped. So that does suck. It does. Probably should have thrown a wider stop at the open, but that would have been what, 9 points? Yeah, 9 for 15. Not crazy. Yeah, user, I do. You just got to DM me on Instagram. I just don't talk about it a lot. What level is the open? On NQ, it is 30,838. On ES, it is 7,626.5. Of course, brother. Like it up. What you guys at? Oh, yeah, you guys are. Let me open the giveaway. You guys are getting close. Not opening it up on stream, opening the dashboard because you guys you're getting there. You're getting a little close. By the way, chat, if we do sit within this range for the next half hour, probably going to be around the 2-hour mark for stream again. I like that shit twice. Hell yeah, XP. Did we hit 150? Nope, no giveaway yet, XP. You got a couple minutes. You need 6 more people to hit the like. So anyone who has those alt accounts, it gives you time. Gives you time to fire them up. I watch the viewers go up to like 215 before I even do it. You like it twice, so it cancel out the no like. Why is your ETH and RTH levels different on ES today? Values? Did you have B80J on? I don't know why they'd be different. You mean when you turned like this to RTH, it changed values? Because it shouldn't. Oh, do you want to turn that off? It should maintain the same. No, brother, I don't plan to trade the Asia markets. I wouldn't, I mean, I'd have to look at the chart, but for me personally, I trade ES well. Obviously today I took 2 losses is what it is, but I trade the indices well. I'm going to stick with these assets. I don't want to trade a different kind of market, especially if I just start, you just got to think of it from like a views perspective. If I start trading foreign markets, not a lot of people are going to be interested. But in general, I trade ES. I don't even trade gold. The chance of me going to trade the Asia market is going to be pretty fucking slim. It just is. Volume's still enough to trade though. If I was trading like something, if I was solely trading something like RTY, then I could see you saying volume and price action is not there. Trading this, I'm still fine with. I know the price action is going to be slower. I know there's going to be days we're going to get a range. Most people in this chat know that. So I'm okay with it. Yeah, Connor, that is really weird. I haven't seen that before. Got there. We got 150. We dig at 150. All right, chat. We'll do it. To enter the giveaway, all you will have to do is type ! Enter in chat. Not yet. When you see the bot reply. I know some of you are going to type it anyway. I know. But I'm going to read what everyone else is saying real quick. If you're personally victimized by this chop, call Morgan & Morgan. What a sponsorship. Imagine. These nuts. All right, I'm going to time Zay out for 5 minutes so he can't enter. I'm joking, Zay. I'm joking. Even though you already won. You can still enter, but you got to give it away if you win. Why didn't that timer update? Chat, timer didn't update, so you get 4 minutes. You lose a minute. Congratulations. Zay, Zay, here's what I tell people. You can win and then say you've won and give it away, and you look even cooler. Because you're like, nah, fam, I don't want that. And you just give it away to someone else. But, all right, chat, I'm going to take my 30-second break. Y'all enjoy the music. After you enter the giveaway, hit the sub button, like the stream, show some love. Let's see if we can get up to, where are we at? 35,600 something-ish subs. Let's get up to 36. With that, though, I'll be back in a minute. Don't have too much fun without me. All right, chat. How we doing? How many of you got in so far? Giveaway still open? Giveaway is still open. You guys have a minute 20 left. Why is there only... Chat, why is there only 66 people in the giveaway? There's 200 of you guys in chat. Why are there only 66 in the giveaway? What's going on here? Usually we're at least upwards of 100. Dank won. Dank did not win. He did not. Rigged it. I don't use Top Step. I have a MacBook. Well, there's two fair answers of why you're not in. Bro, this chop is ugly. Is market at zero continuation? Yeah, that's why I'm just chilling. Like I said, if we stay like this for like 30 minutes, I still think the short can play out, but I'm not taking another stab. I'll likely just call it. 14 seconds, chat. There's got to be a lot of you guys that didn't get in. NQ be pissing people off right now. I can only imagine MNQ if NQ's pissing people off. I feel like a lot of the markets are pissing everyone off. You can no longer enter. How many people didn't get in? The main reason I'm willing to reopen it is we didn't even hit 100 entries. And that is the first time in like stream history. And we're still chilling at 200 viewers. Enter. Well, that's a little aggressive. Hell, I'm not listening to you. Dev, nope. The regulars don't get a choice. Let me have a chance. If we were over 100, I'd be fine. Also, if I was like looking to enter a trade, sure. All right, if you didn't get in, you get another chance. Congratulations. Congratulations. They're on their alts. This is rigged. Like you're a rep from last night. I'm like that rep from last night. What are you talking about? HP, you're still in. Oh, Chad, if this nukes, it's going to be so unfortunate. I had a good shot, Ron. You still do. Guys, I'm just saying, how many did I say were in it? Someone tell me, how many did I say were in the giveaway? Was it like 86? I don't know if I said the exact number. It was like 86 or 88. Well, no, 60. That was, we had a minute 30 left. No, I said it again later. We were at like 80 something at the end of it. You guys who were complaining that I opened it, we were at 91. Your odds did not skew that fucking much. Chad just doesn't want to enter a giveaway today, so we're closing it. Night Owl. I saw you speak earlier in the stream. Let me know if you won before. Odd going against day ones. Not going against him, Dev. Just sometimes I don't listen to him. He went to sleep. He's a night owl, Ollie. If it's late, he's not in bed. Come on, don't you know what that term is? He's nocturnal. Night owl, have you won before? I will also be viewing the logs to make sure. I've won before, but with Alan's stream, does that count? It does, brother. It does. You can only win the giveaways one time at the moment until Jake says differently. Doesn't matter what stream because it's just on the whole YouTube. Appreciate the honesty though. I do. I would have figured it out anyway because I would have been irritated if you said no and then I checked the logs and then you won. So I appreciate the honesty. But with that though, I will cancel that. Then we'll pick a new one. Inspire to inspire. Are you here? Yeah, appreciate the honesty, brother. Don't get around G bad side, my guy. I think that's a hell of a compliment. I'll take that. I've heard a lot of different things, but yeah, I'll take that. Sure. Inspire to inspire. Are you here? Yes. Have you won before? Be honest, because I'll find out. I'll find out if you did. Nope. Then congratulations, brother. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I see you've been here for about a month. Been on a couple streams. Hell yeah, appreciate you. You want a ticket? You didn't win a ticket. Dev, you thought taking a break from entering would help you win? That's kind of like saying me taking a break from trading will make me profitable. Well, no, it won't, because I'm not fucking trading. I don't see how that's going to work. That math ain't mathin'. Yeah, I still think the short's going to work, but I'm not going to do death by 1,000 cuts in this market. It ain't worth it. Well, it didn't. No shit, Dev. Someone switched the ref. Hey, the good part is, just like the UFC last night, if y'all don't like me as a ref, you got 4 more to choose from. Pick a stream, enter on that. Inspire, let me know when you shoot me a DM on Instagram so I can check and confirm. It's the UFC all over again. What up, D-Gog? How you doing? I'll give away as many accounts as possible if I get a Bitcoin. Shit. I'll do that. What was it? 150 accounts someone talked about? If I get a full Bitcoin? Hell yeah. That's a deal and a half. Yep. DGOC. I won't be doing another one this stream, but you have Alan, who usually runs 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Jake runs anywhere between 1 to 10. So that's where like you get the bulk of it, but there's a larger list to choose from because there's a lot of people there. Anywhere between there, and then Mitch will usually do one, Christian will usually do one as well. So yeah, you'll just be in the streams. Once we either hit a like amount or get towards the end of someone's stream, we do a giveaway. And you just type !enter after Streamlabs throws the comment in to do so. Most follow the account or channel. Not at the moment. I believe Mitch does subscriber only. Pretty soon, I will probably go that route. At least for most of them. Like tomorrow, I guarantee you I will have sub only on for a couple. Depending on whether I do 1, 2, whatever it may be. But no, also, if I do, I would be like subscribe for 2 minutes, and then you can talk in the chat. So it would quite literally be you'd have time. It'd just force you to subscribe if you want to enter. Sent? Let me check. See how many people DM'd me saying they won. Also, chat, that same guy that messaged Jake this morning that he showed on stream asking for a giveaway account did the exact same thing to me. Marks, last night, he shot me a DM and says, "Hi, give me an account." So I did the logical thing. And I said, "What's your YouTube?" He sent me his exact YouTube username. Just in case, I wanted to do something with it. Then this morning, he DM'd me saying what happened, as if I should have given him the account. I then found out he DM'd Jake as well with the exact same thing, and Jake showed it on stream. So I did what should be done and went to the band section and entered his name exactly how he sent it to me. And then he DM'd me again today asking why I didn't give it to him, all this and that. And I was like, yeah, no, I did the logical thing and just banned you from the chat. Congratulations. Got you, Inspire. I'll send it after the stream ends. Yeah, no, it's not the fact that he just DM'd saying like, oh, I won. No, he just DM'd me, Jake, and probably other people asking for free accounts. And then to make, just so I don't look like a bad guy, even though I know I don't, his last message was, "I did not do that. If you feel like that, then don't give me account. If you wish, then give me free account." Are we being so fucking for real? That is what we deal with in the DMs, by the way. I'm surprised you were entertaining it. No, Marks, I wasn't entertaining it. I asked him what his YouTube was in case he kept asking everybody so I could ban him. I play chess, not checkers. He asked for a free account. I said, "What's your YouTube?" And then he sent me his YouTube. Checkmate. Ban him from the stream. He already is, brother. That's why I got his YouTube. I strictly got his YouTube name in case he did that to other people so I could rock his shit. And I even told Jake and them about it. Get to spam your IG for an account. Connor, I'll log into Jake's Instagram somehow and rock you off there. You'll be gone in Discord and everything. Nah. Yeah, sorry. That was the biggest thing, is feeling entitled. Like, even to end the comment after I told him I'm like, yeah, no. He's like, if you wish, send me free. I'm like, no, no, not happening. Oh, 1 HP. I can only imagine. When I posted a lot more on Instagram, you get crazy ass DMs. For even my account, I have hundreds of spam DMs that I get. Hundreds. What up, right guy? How you doing? Give account now or else kaboom. Bring it, Blink. Marks, I have people in real life ask me that. The one thing I always say is that I guarantee you I can lose every penny you give me. But no, obviously we have a bunch of people. I get a bunch of DMs every week for copywriting, for marketing. Oh my God, my funnel's terrible. So like spam kind of promotional stuff. Random Forex affiliate DMs, get those a lot. And then occasionally you get the person saying, hey, I need $2,000 so I can trade. Can you please fund my account? I'm like, brother, I don't know if you know me, but I ain't got bread reckoners dish out $2,000. But no, we get people like that all the time. And that's my account with 7,000 followers. Imagine Jake's. Give me $5. Blink, go ahead. We have 2 internets, bitch. You gotta take out both. Do your best. You just give away fresh corn? Yeah, just plant vegetables in my backyard. Right, guy, I leave that out so people can't click that button. But right now, it's probably the most favorable button. If I put a new poll, I guarantee you that'd be the #1 answer. Can I get a free account? Vish, I don't know if you're trolling or not, but we already ran the giveaway, my guy. We ran it at 154 likes. I'm just being a beach. The market is boring. When I find you, I won't spam address. Blink. If you did, it's not me that would be the problem. It's my brother who's also was in the military would be the problem. I got sucked in the trading the slop earlier, blew my account. Right guy, why are you sizing so aggressive, brother? You can't if you blow. That's why, like right now, even though this short can play out, I'm cool not jumping in. If it works, it works. There will be more trades tomorrow, whatever. I'm where I want to be with my account. I took 2 stabs. That's what I said I was willing to take in the beginning of the stream. So if it rips, it rips. To be fair though, this is a really good opportunity to talk about when people could easily blow accounts like this. Right here, we initially got in, spiked out. Then we started to get selling, which I ended up getting in here. I was okay with that. I had no problem with this entry at all. Got spiked out again. I guarantee you, if people were dying to short, they probably took this stab immediately after getting stopped. Got stopped, immediately took a stab. What happened? Stopped again. Probably immediately took a stab. That's where you die by like death by 1,000 cuts on trading. And that's what I avoid. I'm up to 10 minis. I have issues. Well, Patek, I don't think you have issues because it's going lower. It is. Jake is crazy. Jake is crazy. It's crazy in a good way. Patek, you're going to have issues of making too much if we get that pullback. What up, Christian? How you doing, brother? What I might do tomorrow's stream, probably trade a little bit on a funded. But if we get price action like this, I might just load up some evals. See if we can do some damage. Well, we'll do damage one way or another. No, Jane, I'm not in a trade. You should be able to see my screens, though. Brett, I entered short because of this short-term market structure. We weren't even able to get buying pressure up towards the open. I got stopped, though. I did. You can see it on chart. You can see my P&L like right here somewhere. You can see I got stopped, which happens. But just structurally, right? Hourly was still more so an inside bar. It made sense for us to end up spiking this low, especially off this bearish candle. That's what I was kind of playing into, playing off us being below the open. 15 minutes more so just a lower consolidation. We were just trying to find the resistance. I got in before we fully found it. Thought we found it earlier. Got this spike lower. Didn't work, right? We got triggers on both the candles I got in on the 15s. Just didn't get a continuation. Just needed to slam off the highs to get it. But also I was looking for a potential long around 600. So I was willing to take a stab early down into that area. Stop loss. I trade like normal. The last, like you guys have seen me, I've taken 11 in like 15 days for payouts on Tradeify. Right now, I'm on a funded account. I'm still interested in funding a self-funded, but I think I'd rather put that money towards options and then just keep rocking with the prop accounts for now. Yeah, right, guy. When times like that happen, I go hands off. Even if the trade works, it's just a lesson you can look back on. Study, be like, what actually happened that I could have waited for, that I can do differently next time, and then just take the loss on the chin. It sucks. Like, do I want to be down $370 in this account? No, but I'll live till tomorrow. That's the number one goal. This account, no matter what, will be here tomorrow that I can trade it. Plus, it is quite literally just part of the money we made yesterday, so I'm chilling. That's how it should be, though. When you have one decent trade, even though yesterday's wasn't crazy, when you get one trade like this, should easily cover one, possibly two losses. And then if you get, obviously, higher risk to reward trades, it'll cover a lot more. But yeah, stop loss Poppy. How it works for me is I trade the account normal. As I get up past the buffer area, then I start to lean towards the trading days. So like for me with, let's say, Lucid, for instance, where it doesn't have a consistency rule, there's been times where, and I think I've done it 3 times now, where I get the account, I make like $4 grand in 2-3 trading days. And then at that point, all I care about is logging days. Yeah, stop loss Poppy. It's not for everybody. Just the number one thing is you have to remember for, let's say you have the 100K accounts. The drawdown in those is what, 3K? So what you technically bought was a $3,000 buffer. You did not get a 100K account. So you have to size for that like $3,000 buffer. And then it's up to the individual. Do you want to trade that buffer more aggressively or more reserved? And then just go from there. There's times I'll trade it more aggressively. You guys will see me risk $500+ on a trade. There's times I'll trade it more reserved, like today, where I'm risking $140 to $200 a trade. So it's just how you want to trade it. But also, if you do well trading cash, run with cash. No difference. The biggest difference is you can take money out when you make it, which is what I do with options. We didn't get low of day yet, which is interesting. course, brother. Just got your first prop account after working sim for a while. Cyber, biggest piece of advice I can give you is take your time. There's a lot of time parameters on the accounts, which causes a lot of people to focus on them and blow them. I rarely get payouts in, let's say, 5 days on funded accounts. I take longer because I take losses in there, right? The losses set you back. I don't care about the time to get the payout or the time to pass the account. I have no issues with that. I just trade it normally. Trade the chart, the rest will follow in. You trade options? I do. Something I was looking at is I believe you can trade XPS options right now, which would be kind of cool to do on stream. I don't know how the volume is on those though. MD, what do you mean positive EV strat? I'm not entirely sure what that is. Right, guy, you can make whatever the hell you want, brother. You can make whatever you want. Bish, I'm likely just done for this session. We're still in this range. I'm waiting. T-Deck, that means you use 2 already. So if you use 2 on Lucid, they have 2 accounts for 50% off. After that, it goes to 30. So there's a limit to the accounts. Tradeify does the same thing a lot now. Right, guy, you can make it whatever the fuck your heart desires, my guy. Just remember, the better it is, the more likely I'll play it on stream. Yeah, T-Deck. So if you haven't bought any before, 2 will give you 50%. The rest will be 30. T-Man, I don't trade New York session. Well, I don't stream on New York session. We have 3 other hosts that do. Jake streams 8:30 in the morning till around like 11:30, 12:30-ish. Mitch trades a lot of SPX, XSP, and Gamma. He's 12:30 to 1:30, and then Christian trades futures. He is 1:30 to like 3:30, sometimes 4. With tribal music? EST, Cyber. EST. Right, guy. Spice it up. Go like Jamaican. Just make it wild. Yeah, MDC, I think it just mainly depends on the individual for prop firms. Because there's some people whose strategies just won't work. And it's just, it comes down to it in the end. But like if you're one person who likes to size aggressive and hold for longer terms, consistency will crush you wholeheartedly. But for me, I like to trim. So prop firms work well. Funded accounts work well, or self-funded work well too. So it just depends on what I want to do. Bump a clap. Chat, what you're going to want to watch now is this 17 area on ES in this 5-minute close. If we get a stronger 5-minute close into Tokyo Open, we can push back higher. If we end up getting this failure to go lower, we do have a weaker hourly close, right? We look at this. Hourly failure to go higher, almost full outside bar. If it closes an outside bar, I would anticipate a spike down. I would. If we end up being more of an outside doji with wicks both sides, there's a high probability we call it a stream. Also, I don't anticipate trading anymore. If I do, it'd probably be evals. Probably wouldn't be on stream though. It'd probably be like 10, 11 p.m. if I see a setup. See how Tokyo opens, and then I'll probably call it. SpaceX is 3 trillion now. What the fuck's the price at? PCX. Oh, shit's squeezing. 220s. Robinhood shows it up around 220s in the after hours. Yeah, it looks like in the after hours she's up like 15%. She ripping a little bit. We're gonna short NQ at 800 if retest. I could see it. I think we're just in a lot of shit, and until we're out of this shit, I'm not interested in putting more risk on. With that though, chat, I think it's a solid time to wrap it up because we ended up holding into the hourly close. Didn't get much of a lower wick, but at the moment on this hourly, we have a full outside bar doji, wicks both sides. NQ is obviously a little bit weaker. If we can break this low, we can look for continuation down to that 600 area. I have low conviction all around. Just nothing looks immaculate here for me. If we get continuation, I can see a short later on, but nothing of interest at the moment. Nothing that I'm like, hell yeah, I want to stay around, trade more, and put risk on. It's just not there. But if we continue to reject 17, I can see that lower high on the 5-minute set. If that sets and we break lows, I'd look for 600. If we end up getting back above like 23, possibly 26, I'd be interested in longs. Straight up, pretty easy. With that though, y'all have a great rest of your night. I'll be on stream tomorrow. I know some people asked if I'll be on for my birthday. Yes, I will be on stream tomorrow for my birthday. So hopefully some of y'all show up. But I'll be live tomorrow. I'll probably see some of you guys on Alan's stream, depending on how late I stay up. If not, I'll be on Jake's in the morning. So y'all have a great rest of your night.